Welcome back to Flow Fanatic. Today's day number 16 of 25. We're on a 25-day journey solving 25 different Salesforce challenges with flows. A quick reminder to sign up for our daily challenges and subscribe to our YouTube channel in the link below. Let's go ahead and dive into the solution for the mega challenge from this weekend. So a quick reminder for those, this weekend's mega challenge was around creating a lead and contact report. This was opened by Holly Ford 10 years ago. It has over 1,100 votes. And guess what? With flows, we can solve this in just about 10 to 15 minutes. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and dive into the solution. So at a high level, we need to effectively be able to run a report on a single object that includes both contact and lead data. So we're going to go ahead and create a custom object called people. And that people object is what we're going to use to report on both leads and contacts. And then we're going to obviously need some automation. And that automation is going to be responsible for creating this people record. So let's go ahead and dive in. And our first step is going to be, we're going to come and click on the gear icon, setup. We're going to come to Object Manager. We're going to click on Create, Custom Object. People. Scroll down. We're going to give this a people ID. We're going to auto number it, people ID. And just in case you're wondering why are we giving it an ID versus a name, well, we want to go ahead and make the name field hyperlinked so that when we click on it, it will pull up the contact or it will pull up the lead. And so we could have an additional name field, but it would be unnecessary. We may as well just auto number it and not show it. Go ahead and click on save. All right. So we want to create, to start, two fields. We're going to go ahead and click new. We need to create two lookup fields. One lookup to the lead and one lookup to the contact. All right, great. So we have our lead lookup, we have our contact lookup. Let's go ahead and add a type field. Okay, come to formula, this type, and we're basically going to say if the, let's click on advanced formula, if the lead field is blank, then we know that the value of this field should be contact. Otherwise, it should be lead. And click next, save. All right, so we're going to want a couple other fields here. We want email. We want the name of the contact or the lead. And then we'll go ahead and also do title as well. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to click on new. Scroll down to formula. Next. Okay, I'm going to call this title. Text. Next. All right, again, if the lead field is blank, we're going to go ahead and populate this with the contact's title. Otherwise, we're going to populate it with the lead's title. All right, let's do that for email as well. Formula, next, email. Just so you know, you could do this for other fields as well, right? Other fields that are both on the contact and the lead, we can go ahead and bring that data into here. Even if the field was just on one of the records, you could bring that in as well through a formula field. Click on text. Next. If lead is blank, I'm going to go ahead and populate the contact email. Otherwise, we're going to populate the lead email. All right. All right, and then the final thing is we want to create a name field, and we want to hyperlink that so that when we click on the name, it brings us to either the contact record or it brings us to the lead record. So we'll click on new, click on formula, next. We'll call this name. Come down to text, next. All right, so again, if the lead is blank, we are going to go ahead and we're going to use the hyperlink. All right, so let's go ahead and replace these. The URL is going to be open quote slash close quote plus the ID, the contact. Okay. Plus the contact. All right, and then, okay, and then we want to go ahead and what are we going to show there? Where we are going to show the contact's first name plus a space plus the contact's last name. All right, great. All right, so if the lead is blank, meaning it's a contact, we're going to hyperlink to the contact record and display the contact's first name and last name. Else, we're going to hyperlink to the lead. We're going to display the lead's first name and the lead's last name. Go ahead and click next. Let's see, missing a parenthesis. Oop. We'll click next. Click save. All right, awesome. So let's go ahead and now add a tab for this. I'm going to click on home, type in tab, tabs, new custom object tab. Let's go ahead and create one for people with lightning. Click next, we'll click save. All right, let's go back to the sales app. Let's just make sure that this is working and behaving as it should. Click on people, click on all. All right, let's quickly create a people record so we can connect it to, let's actually make a lead really quickly, Alex Fram, BBC. Click on save. All right, great. So we can see it's of type lead, great. We can see it's connected to Alex Fram. When we click on Alex Fram, it opens Alex Fram's lead record. I can come in here, I can add an email. I do that, and I come back here and refresh. The email is going to now be populated because it's a formula field. Great. So now let me convert this lead. All right, now let me come back here. Now, again, the automation's not working right now, so let me change this now to Alex Fram. We can see, great, type is now contact, and we still have that email address. Cool. So now the next step is to build the automation that populates this, right? Because what we want is to be able to run a report that just says, show me all the people records, regardless of whether they're a contact or a lead, right? I want to see all of them in one place. So we're going to click on the gear icon, set up, and now we're going to build the automation. So we're going to go to flow, flows, new flow, record triggered flow, auto layout. All right, so this flow is going to be pretty simple. It's going to assume that every single contact starts off as a lead. So we're only going to be creating one flow, and it's going to all fire from the lead object. Now, in theory, there's plenty of organizations that create contact records for the first time, meaning they don't first start as a lead and then are converted to a contact. You would need a record triggered flow on the contact in order to create this people record if it didn't already exist. But we're going to keep things super simple. We're going to assume every single person who starts out in our database starts as a lead and is then converted. So we're going to come here. We're going to say, okay, run this whenever a record is created or updated. We're going to choose the object. This is going to run for the leads. And under condition requirements, we're going to select none. All right, so first decision we need to make is new, right? Is the lead new? Yes, new, true. All right, how do we determine if the lead is new? Well, the record prior ID is null, right? There's no value in the ID field before the record is created, so that's how we determine that. All right, so if it's new, we want to create a people record. We'll come here, click create record, say create people record. We're going to use separate resources. What object? People object. Okay, and then what fields are we going to populate? Well, we're going to populate the lead fields with the lead ID. Click done. All right, so we got the first scenario working. Let's go ahead and just test that out and make sure it works. So let's call this flow lead after save on create or edit record triggered flow. All right, let's go ahead and create a lead. New lead. Alex Smith. Company is BCG. Email is alex@bcg.org. Go ahead and click save. All right, great. So we have the lead record. Let's come to our people tab. Let's go ahead and click on that people tab. And we can see it's connected to the Alex Smith record. Let's open that up. Great, so it brings us right to Alex Smith. We can see it's type lead, and we can see the email address came over, and we can see the name came over. If we click on the name, it will also bring us to that lead record. All right, so now the final step of the flow, let's come back into the flow. Okay, so if it's not new, right, then we're going to go down this path. And what we want to determine is a lead converted? Has the lead been converted? Converted equals true is the first outcome. And how do we tell if it's been converted? Well, the lead record converted is going to be set to true. All right, great. So next step. So we're checking to see if it's new, we're going to create this record. Okay. And we're going to have another decision element. Okay. So is lead converted? Say converted, true. And how are we going to tell whether or not it's been converted? We'll come to the lead record. We'll check is converted field equal to true. And we only want this to execute if the record that triggered the flow to run is updated to meet the condition requirements, meaning this should only fire when it's changed. Once the value is set to true, we don't want it to continue to fire if the lead record is updated. Click on done. All right. Now you may ask, why is this decision element not over here, right? Why don't we check, is it new? And if it's not new, we come down here. Honestly, that may work. And that likely would work in 99% of the cases. I'm not sure if there are scenarios or if it's possible for external services to both create a lead and convert that lead in the same transaction. And so just to avoid that without having done any research, I'm moving that next decision element down here. Because if you're able to both create and convert the lead in the same transaction, then this piece would never fire. Because the lead would be brand new and it would go down this avenue. We'll come back here. All right, so is the lead converted? If it's converted, we want to go ahead and update that people record. So update people. All right, we're going to specify conditions. We're looking for the. All right, so we're looking for the people record where the people record's lead field is equal to the record that triggered this. And what are we going to do? We're going to set the contact field equal to the contact, the converted contact ID. And then we're going to basically wipe out what's in the lead field. Click done, we'll click save, click activate. All right, so let's see if this works. We're going to come in, we're going to create a new lead. Smith, EDC, give him an email of alex@aol.com, and we're going to give him a title of CEO. Click save. All right, so let's go ahead and pull up Bob Smith. Let's also go ahead and pull up the People tab. All right, so we have Bob Smith. Let's go ahead and pull up the People tab. Let's go ahead and open Bob's People record. All right, so we can see Bob is a lead right now, type lead. We can see his name right here. If we click on his name just to confirm, it's going to go ahead and open the lead record. Great. All right, now let's go ahead back to his actual lead record and let's convert this. Let's go ahead and click on convert. Let's come back to the people record and let's take a look right here. Let's refresh the page. All right, great. So we can see that his type has been updated to contact and the value that was previously in the lead field was removed and that value has been populated in the contact lookup. So this is awesome. Let's go ahead and create a report type really quickly for this. I'm going to come into Quick Find, report types. A new custom report type. I'm going to select people. Other reports, deployed. Next, save. All right, let's come back into our sales app. All right, so now it's time to create that report. Let's come over to more. Let's click on reports. Let's click on new report. Search for the people record type, report type, sorry. All right, we're going to add the type fields. We're going to add the name fields. We're going to add the email fields. We're going to add the title fields. Run. Okay, so we can see we have 3 different people records, and we can see that they have different types, titles, names, emails. Let's just go ahead and quickly pull up this lead. We're going to convert this lead, so when we convert it, we'll now see type of contact. Click on convert, click on convert. Let's go back to the report, click on refresh, and now it's been converted to a contact. And if we come into this record, click on details, click on email, and maybe we change that email to bob@bcg.com. Click on save, we'll go back to the report, we'll refresh, and there we go, bob@bcg.com. That's it for the solution related to the Mega Challenge. We'll be releasing today's challenge in just a little bit.